Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today is Freedom Friday. Woo! Woo! Right? Okay, so topic for today is butterflies don't change easily. Okay, and we're gonna get into that in 1 second. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share, because if you get anything out of this content, chances are someone else will as well. So why not share with those you know, love, and care about? Also, I am a distributor for Young Living, which is an essential oil company, the best in the business, in my opinion. They do not sponsor me, but I do sell their products, and there's a website link below where you can get additional information on essential oils as well as purchase products. So check it out below. And then let's get started. So butterflies don't change easily. Well, I found this note in one of the books that I have. And it was a note that I wrote to wrote about my best friend. It was, I guess I was going to do a video blog topic about that years ago, because a long time ago, how I even started with these videos was I challenged myself to do a 90-day video blog challenge, okay? Because I saw somebody else do it, and it was a way for you to pretty much come out of your box. You do a video every day for 90 days, and by the end of those 90 days, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to talk or speak to anybody. And it works, because I'm not. I do these videos now. If I was to get up and have to speak in front of an audience, I might be a little nervous, but guess what? I could do it because I've been doing it. Like on this channel alone, just on this channel, I have like almost 300 videos. So it gets easier. So this was a blog topic that I had wrote down, and I just wanted to share with you guys because it really got me to thinking, because I didn't even remember doing this, but it got me to thinking, and I wanted to share it with you. And it has to do with butterflies. Like, we all understand that butterflies mean transition. It means going from one to another, like transitioning, whether it's your body, spiritual, your life, whatever. But we think that transition is easy. We think that they go about it in a easy, pain-free manner. But let's really think about it. But let me read this first, okay? Let's see right here. Okay, so butterfly, the caterpillar finds a safe place to transform and grow its wings. It builds this cocoon around it, letting go of everything. And during this time, its body gets smaller and smaller as those wings grow. It sounds painful, but imagine, I don't know what that is. They're in sleep. I can't read my own right, y'all. But they in sleep as the transition as the wings forming and grow out of its back. But then it is reborn and is now free and limitless and can go anywhere. So one of the things that struck out to me, one of the first things that struck out to me when I read this is that the butterfly finds a safe place to transition. They don't transition in the midst of the river, right? They don't transition on your front porch where you got the handrails and all these other bugs and stuff. They find some secluded, safe place to do the transition. So they go someplace safe, okay? The other thing that I noticed is during this time, they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller as their wings grow, right? So to me, what I see when I think about that is your problems getting smaller and smaller and smaller to the point where you can handle them. Where your spiritual growth, or your mental growth, or your physical growth, whatever it is that you're trying to transition into, grows and becomes stronger and becomes stronger and bigger to where it can carry whatever load that you have, right? For you to deal with. Then they go into a sleep. They basically are asleep throughout this whole transition. Now, we honestly don't know if they are asleep because of the fact that we're not butterflies. You know, we're not the ones going through that transition. I will hope that they were asleep, because to imagine your body shrinking and going through that, for us, it would be like bones breaking and cracking and shrinking and getting rid of, and for, these wings to explode out of your back. Like, that sounds painful, okay? It sounds painful. And guess what? Transitioning is sometimes very painful. It's a lot of stuff you got to let go of. It's a lot of stuff you can't carry with you. It's a lot of stuff that you have to leave where you are, okay, in order to transition to wherever it is you're going. And that's basically what butterflies do in their cocoons. Sometimes, it takes us a while to get to the point where we're able and even ready to build that cocoon around us. There is this one caterpillar. I don't know if it's for a moth or for a butterfly. I don't remember. But I want to say it's for a moth. But anyway, this caterpillar actually survives for years and goes through 7 different transitions from a small, tiny little caterpillar to a big one in order to transition and be ready to even become a butterfly. And to me, that one stood out when I was watching that documentary on that particular one. It stood out to me because as humans, that's what we do. We go from all these different transitions over and over and over and over again, rebuilding ourselves, getting stronger and rebuilding and getting stronger and rebuilding and getting stronger and rebuilding, getting stronger in order for us to even get to the point where we can cocoon ourselves in a safe place and grow our wings to become something better that can handle and take that burden that we have in life. Like, we do that. How many transitions have you gone through? How many times have you, gotten bigger and stronger? How many times through life have you had to really face things and let go of this so that you can become the next version of yourself? How many versions of yourself are there? Like, really think about it. Really and truly think about it. We are like that butterfly, that caterpillar that becomes I want to say it's a moth. I really think it turns into some kind of moth. And then the sad part about it is I think when it becomes a moth, if I remember correctly, it dies after like 3 days. So it goes through this transition and transition and transition and transition and transition to become this moth that dies a few days later. So they go through this whole process to die in 3 days. But if you think about it, as we go through life and we go from one version of ourselves to the next version, to the next version, to the next version, till we get to the point where we feel like we finally have our wings, that we finally have become self-realized in who we are, and we finally know what it is that we were here for, we know what it is we're doing. As soon as we get to that point, most of the time, that's when we leave. That's our transition home. Because we've already gotten to where we needed to be and we done what we needed to do, and now it's time for you to go home. So we are a lot like butterflies in more ways than I think people realize. And I know everybody wants to talk about it as far as, oh, you transition into the butterfly so you can get your wings. Yeah, that transition can be awfully painful. That transition can take a long time sometimes. Sometimes it can be quick, but sometimes it can be very long and very painful. But just imagine how it will be when you get your wings. Just imagine how it's going to feel when you get your wings and when you're free of all of that. And when you can look in the mirror and be happy with the person that you have become, be happy with the situation that you are in, be happy with all that you have done in that life when you get to that moment. That's why sometimes when children, and I know it's sad, but when children leave early, a lot of times it's because they only came here for that short period of time to do a certain job, and then they're gone. That's it. And the fact that they leave on the people that they leave behind is it is humongous. It is life changing for people, especially for adults. It's not easy to lose a child, whether it's your child, whether it's a neighbor's child, or anybody's child. But if you want to know what angels are, most of the time that's what those kids are. They're angels that just came here to do a job, to get something done, to make that type of impact so that they can move on. A good example of this is there's this one kid, and I apologize, I don't remember her name or what happened, but she had some kind of cancer. And she died. But because she touched so many people in her life, they created a foundation. And that foundation was to help other kids. Now, would that foundation have been created? Would that foundation have helped those other kids if this one child her death didn't impact so many people? No, it wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. So a lot of times I feel like crying, y'all. It touches me because I love children and I love grown folks, like old folks, old people and children. Neither one of them have filters. They gonna tell you like it is. And the innocence in them, because as we get older and older and older, you kind of You come in the same way you went out. You go out the same way you come in. I'm sorry, flip that, reverse it. You go out the same way you come in. And so that's why a lot of old folks end up being childlike. And that innocence to them and that lack of filter and just, yeah, it's a scary place for them. Just like it's a scary place for a baby when they come in, which is why they need their mama. And why old people, they need their family. They need somebody to love and care about, to hold on to it, because it's a scary moment and scary time for them. But when you think about it and you understand that they are here for those impacts, they are here to touch other people. I'm gonna give you a homework assignment today. I want you guys to watch Lady in the Water. And the reason I want you to watch that movie, Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan, the reason I want you to watch that is because it's talking about exactly what I'm saying, but it's in a single moment, okay? So you had this lady that came to our world so that she can communicate with one person. And by that one person seeing her makes this huge ripple of difference in the whole entire world. And that's kind of what it is that I'm talking about with this. You know, we go through these transitions and we become better people and we affect those that are around us. And when you think about kids, when they die young and die little, even the babies, they have those rippling effects like that. Okay, and either you can see it for what it is or you make it out to be more than what it is because it's such a great loss to you. But if you can get to the point where you can get past it, you can see the impact and the change that it makes, not only in you, but in the people who knew you or the people who know you and knew that child. So watch that movie, Lady in the Water, and you'll understand what it is I mean when I say this. Like, everything got set up for this lady to come to this one spot to give this message to this one person, and then she was out. That's it. But it's a little more to the story than that. But that's what I want you to see. So that's your homework assignment, is go watch Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan so you can understand. But sometimes we have to go through these transitions and transition just to become the best version of ourselves, just to become the people that we were sent here to be, just for the impact that it's going to have around other people. You don't have to be your perfect self. You don't have to be a perfect human being in order to have an impact around on somebody else. Good or bad, you're going to impact those that are around you as you transition through life. And when you get stuck in life, that's when you get bitter and hateful, and it's just not pretty. So those people that you see that are like that, they're stuck in some moment. They're stuck in some form of their transition. So they never got to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh transition. They're still stuck on the third one. They're still stuck on the second one, still stuck on the fourth one. And it's making them bitter and angry because they don't understand what it is they need to get to the next transition. So forgive those people. Okay? Forgive them. They don't always understand where their bitterness comes from. They don't understand all the time where that hatred comes from. Which, when you're in a better place, that's for you to forgive them and understand, and just pray that they get to their next transition. Pray they get unstuck from wherever they are. But anyway, that is the message for today. I hope you got something out of it. Again, do your homework, watch Lady in the Water so you can understand what I mean when I say that, you're here just for, sometimes people are just here for that one moment to do that one job before moving on. And the impact that they can have on other people. The impact that they can have on people that don't even have anything to do with them. Okay? So just watch that movie. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. And please like, subscribe, and share. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.